Hello. Welcome to my Thursday afternoon Facebook Live on Tuesday, because I won't be here on Thursday. This is my card that I posted on my blog on Sunday night, and I wanted to share with you another colouring technique you can use with this actual stamp set. It is this is one of our new online exclusives offerings at the moment. Excuse me, reaching over and everything. It is the Thankful Garden stamp set, and it is one of the new online exclusives, and it actually comes in a whole bundle, including the dies, the stamp set, and the thing that I forgot about when I was colouring last week is some masks. So today I'm going to do this same card here using masks. So on these two cards I've coloured both of them actually with stamping blends. This one I coloured each of the little flowers individually with Fresh Freesia and Boho Blue, and this one I coloured the background in Boho Blue and then the flowers in Fresh Freesia with a touch of Daffodil Delight in the very centres. So there has been some discussion about which looks more hydrangerish, if that's a word, and which one's your favourite. But today we're going to do something entirely different. I'll just pop them there, hopefully block the light, and do masks, using the masks. So I'll just get this stamp out. When you've got these big photopolymer stamps, it's always a good idea just to take them out and throw them down so that they can rest before putting it onto the block, because when they have a die that goes around them, it's good not to have it out of shape because you want it to fit right on the die. Okay, here's my inks. I'm using Boho Blue to stamp my outline. Okay, make sure I've got good coverage all over my stamp there. Actually, I might use my piercing mat so that I get a good stamped image, and line that up and stamp. Thank you anyone who's joined me today. It's an unusual time for me, but as I said earlier, I won't be here on Thursday to be able to share some card making inspiration with you from my craft room. I'll actually be in Brisbane at a big Stampin' Up event, and I'm very, very excited about going. Okay, here's the masks. So we've got number 3, number 2, number 1, and then 4 and 5 are the leaves. Okay, we'll start with number 1. Now these masks all have a little notched edge in them and an embossed number at the top. And I think I will use my scrap piece of paper underneath. Now I have to find which way this goes because I haven't used it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Maybe if I look at maybe this way might be the way. So I completely forgot about these masks when I was colouring in my stamped image on the weekend. Nope. I'm just going to have to go round and round and round the rosary bush here. Round the mulberry bush, I mean, not the rosary bush, good Lord. Oops. Because I don't really know, because I haven't used it. And usually they are pretty easy to work out. Oh, there we go. Just as I was trying to justify how long I took, I found it. There it is, the spot. Now, before I get started on anything else, I am going to add a little bit of washi tape to my paper to hold it in place on there. And then with my Boho Blue and a little blending brush, I'm just going to do a really, really light coating of colour all over my layer number 1, and I'm going to do a deep bit of colour right there on the corner so that I know where to line up my next layers. Okay, well, that looks pretty. Next layer is number 2, and I'll line that up with my little notch that I made earlier. And once you know where it goes, it actually lines up quite nicely. Now I'm going to do another layer of boho blue here, darker than before. There we are. And how does that look? Very nice. And then I had thought that I might add fresh freesia to this third layer. What do we think? I think it might have to be boho blue actually. But let's try fresh freesia. In for a penny, in for a pound. And if it doesn't work out, thank goodness the cardstock has 2 sides. Okay, and with my number 3 layer, lined up my notch exactly in the right spot, I'm adding fresh freesia, because my other cards were a combination of boho blue and fresh freesia. I had made a card using this stamp set. There we go. How's that look? And used peach and apricot tones. And some lovely people came back and gave me the good oil on what works best for hydrangeas. I've never actually grown hydrangeas. Okay, now my leaf layer with old olive. Here we are. Round and round and round. The mulberry bush. And my second layer, and this one lines up as well with the same notch that we had before. And this is the detail of the leaves. Okay, so a deeper layer of colour over there to give you that tone there. Okay, how did we go? There we are. So that's how the masks can colour in your hydrangea. It's certainly a lot quicker than what I did with the blending, stamping blends. They were fairly labour intensive, but I was having a lovely time. All right, now I've got my die that cuts out this hydrangea exactly all the way around, which is rather marvellous. Just stick my bit of washi tape down there and load that up onto my Stampin' Gun and emboss machine right here. Okay, pop you in there. If you follow me, you'll know that we've had very exciting weather over the last week. So I live on the Sunshine Coast, and Cyclone Alfred, and I didn't cut that out properly, excuse me, I have to go back again. Cyclone Alfred was hovering around off the coast all last week, and we were told to prepare. But he enjoyed the ocean, stayed there, didn't want to come in. There we go. So we were waiting for a long time until he eventually did come in off the ocean and hit Hervey Bay and the Gold Coast really hard. And we got rain yesterday from the low pressure system that eventuated after Cyclone Alfred made landfall. Okay, next, let's start. So I've done my main feature of my card here. Now it's really up to just putting it all together. I'm using elements of text for my next stamp. And again, I need to use this nice big block for the elements of text. This is a E block. So it works really well for the Thankful Garden stamp set, both of the large flowers, and also works really well for the elements of text stamp set with the large circle and the large rectangle piece. Okay, and I've got my card base is just thick white, and then I've got a white layer for the front, and I always do that just in case I make a mistake. You can stamp straight on the front, but if you make a mistake with an extra layer, you can flip it over and it just gives you a bit more life. Or if you do make a mistake on the front, you can stick a piece of cardstock over the front too, of course. All right, now, just with my piercing mat to give me a better stamped image, I'm using grey granite for my feature elements of text. There's the one for the front. Now I do have a little piece of paper inside my card. Here it is. And I'm putting that in both corners because I want some room to write to my recipient on that one. And then also from the Elements of Text stamp set, I'm going to use these marvellous, wonderful splodge stamps. Splodges are every stamper's gift. They enable you to cover up any messy bits you've got. So just going to stamp a couple of little splodgy bits there. There we go. That's the inside of the card done. And then just doing some repeat stamping. I'm going to do a diagonal fall of splodgy bits here. There we go. And now I think that, oh no, with this I'm also going to stamp a greeting. Got my greeting panel here. And for my greeting today, I'm going to use Simply Said and Let's Celebrate. I've used Happy Anniversary on my other two hydrangea cards. I like to give anniversary cards. It's good to remember not only wedding anniversaries but also other anniversaries like friendships and being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and all the rest of it. Okay, so all we have to do now is assemble. So it's actually a deceptively quite simple card. Oh, I love the splotches too. They are my favourite. Huge splotch fan. And also I love the text as well. I think the text gives a really, what would you say, vintage shabby chic look to any project without too much work. There we go. So now, if I can pick up my hydrangea, I'll add it onto the front of my card using a whole bunch of dimensionals. There we are. One more. Now this, what's it called? Thankful Garden Suite, the online exclusive. It comes in a whole suite of products. The stamp set, as I said, and the dies and the masks, which I've now used. And it comes with some gorgeous paper. And another part of the bundle suite is this super soft fresh freesia ribbon, velvet ribbon. It's lovely, like patting a pussycat. It's so soft. Not that I have a cat, but I have two daughters who have cats, and they are both very soft, pattable pussycats. Okay, so I'll stick on my little ribbon there using a mini glue dot. There we are. I try to avoid, wherever possible, touching glue dots too much because the oil and sweat off your hands can reduce the adhesiveness of your mini glue dots. Now I want to put Let's Celebrate on. I think I might need little mini dimensionals for that, just to be sure. I've nearly finished my sheet of mini dimensionals there. 1, 2. I don't have much fingernails, but I'm getting them. It's doing all right. Now, Let's Celebrate. I might just pop the U just across there. And then the last thing is these rainbow dots. There is Fresh Freesia Rainbow Dots, which works brilliantly. with my Fresh Freesia themed card. So a couple there, and one there, and one there, and one there. There we go. So, which is your favourite? The masks are certainly the quickest, or the stamping blends, colouring the background or colouring each of the petals. I think I liked that the best, and I certainly took the most time with it. A lot of people gave me the feedback after Sunday that they prefer this one with the darker because it looks more like a hydrangea ball. But this one's quick and fun. So let me know what you think. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next Thursday. I will be able to. See ya. Bye.